Rawmen Center with Aisley Autumn.
Welcome to the Rawmen Podcast. You have
to our segment, Rawmen Center.
Welcome. This is as raw as it gets. So just welcome. What's up? Hi.
Rawmen Center, baby.
If you stumbled upon us, we're happily your place to face plant and just chill for a little bit. But today we have an awesome and special guest at the Rawmen Center segment, Aisley Autumn, who is an awesome pop singer and songwriter and a very good friend of mine. So
we are so excited to have you here, Ashley. I have been hearing so much about you, and the fact that we could get you on this segment of ours of Rawmen Center is amazing. So we are happy to have you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm actually just packing up because I'm flying out to Boston for some shows tomorrow, and I have so far only ever played in Kentucky and then maybe like once or twice for open mics in like Tennessee. So this is a whole new world for me to play like full on shows in different states. Honestly, like you guys, like the world of TikTok is changing the game for me, and I'm just like cannot wait. So I'm sitting here just like I'm here and I get to chat with you guys, and then I get to like go fly up and like play in like different states and stuff. So I'm in a very good mood.
That's is
awesome.
Incredible. That is awesome. And for just to give a little bit of background information, I remember stumbling upon your live back in August of last year. So what has it been now? Just maybe like 6 months, 7 months, something like that. The math isn't mathing in my head, but but yeah, back in August, and immediately I was just hooked by the way that you were interacting with people. I thought, I've never stumbled upon somebody so welcoming, so cool, and they sing really awesome. Like heckin' yeah. So yeah, that's how I stumbled upon your live, and then I just remember screenshotting. I have still the screenshot where you had like 6,000-ish followers, because I knew, I felt within me that I knew that there's something very special about you. And now you're here.
Even that got me. That's so sweet.
I'm so serious, and I'm sure Ashley, you recall, I have you on one of your TikTok lives back in like September-ish, maybe late August. You said, hey, you know what? If for anybody who wants to help me out, can send a donation, I'll send you some handwritten lyrics. And I was like, oh, let's go. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. And I have some handwritten lyrics from you that you mailed to me, dated the 6th of September of last year.
Dude.
The lyrics to your song, Just Be.
Oh my God. Sell on eBay.
Yeah.
Get some money for that. No, I'm so jealous right now, because I actually looked at your live literally yesterday, because this guy sent it, and I was literally like how he's acting now. I was like, what the heck? This is like, your energy is amazing. The fact that you include everyone in your live is you raise a level that you don't even know, because everyone else is like right here, and then you're like up here, and we're like, oh my God. So what I told him was that you're energetic, contagious, and very awesome just all around. So we're really, really excited.
Thank you. I was like, you guys are making my face hurt from all this smiling.
Hey, that's good. That's really good.
And so, Ashley, just so that people can get to know you a little bit, we had a couple of questions out here for you. So first and foremost, is Aisley Autumn your real name?
Ooh, but are you allowed to say it? Do you really want to say it?
The government is listening.
CIA.
Yes, Aisley Autumn is my born and raised name. Yep.
Wow.
And then talk to us about the interesting spelling of your first name.
Yes, I know, especially for the podcast listeners who don't see the awesome sweatshirt that Moy's over here like holding up. So my first name is spelled Aisley, but it's pronounced Ashley. Most people, you'd think it'd be spelled Ashley, but I'm not normal. So the story behind it is my parents, before I was born, and I was their first child, they went to Ireland, and my mom knows a good amount of people up there. She works with horses and stuff, and so she's just very tied to just a lot of people up in Ireland. And she knew a girl named Aisling, which that's the really popular name out there, and it's spelled Aisling. And so the AIS made an ash sound, and she really liked it. And she was like, okay, well, if I have a daughter, I want to name her Ashley, but I want to take the ash from the Irish spelling and put it on that. And so that's where my name came from. And also, fun little fact that I also realized just recently, because Ashley, that name means ash grove, but the name Aisling means dream. And so, like, as I'm chasing this dream, and my name's literally tied inherently to the, like, a name that means dream. So the day I found that out, I flipped.
Yeah, I mean, I would too. I'd be like, this is a dream, so I'm gonna follow it. You might as well. I love the fact that your name's Ashley, but then your last name's Autumn. And what do you call your followers, your fan people? I kind of like lost it because it's so genius.
Yes, literally I came up with it on one of my lives too. But all of my fans are my autumn leaves. And it's honestly, and it's grown on me too, because even like whenever I literally would start, like whenever I would be walking outside and just looking around, I think it also has been really like an important piece to me, because I'll look at trees. I'm looking up because I'm like, there's a window right in front of this and there's like a bunch of trees out there. But how like every single leaf is, this beautiful, like God created thing that, has so much beauty inherent to it, and each one is individual, and there's so many of them. I felt like it just is like the perfect metaphor to how much I love every single person in my community, and how beautiful they are, and in my eyes and God's eyes, and also there's so many of them, so we can have like the biggest leaf pile ever one day. So, and there's also I have a little tree with leaves on it too.
Your attraction is just like you brighten the room up. So it's so awesome to see that. And I hope the viewers who are watching this can also be like, wow, you should follow her on TikTok.
Like right now.
Right now.
Like,
at Aisley Autumn. Let's go. Aisley. Don't misspell it.
And you mentioned chasing your dream. And that leads me to it brings up the song Make Believe into my head. And for those people that haven't seen you on TikTok, I love how open you are in the songwriting and creation process there. So we've heard, I know I've been there for a while, and so I've heard Make Believe, and you're currently working on it. You have exclusive updates and whatnot. Now, Can you tell us a little bit about the behind the stories of like the inspiration for Make Believe, and then also for Just Be, the song that you currently have on Spotify, which is freaking amazing.
Thank you. And I hope it's one of many. I just have one on there, but I don't plan on that staying that way for long. So I guess a little teaser that I do have new music coming. But so Make Believe, actually there's a little random fun fact that I figured out recently about that song that even I didn't realize. So I've been chasing this dream in music. I didn't think I was musically inclined really. And so I really picked up guitar in 2016 and just was blown away at the power of songwriting, and went from wanting to be like an architect or an engineer, hence the like buildings with Legos, to chasing this dream as a musician. But the whole time in my brain, I was like, this is crazy. Like to have a career as a musician, like that's a pipe dream. Like, no, I need to like rationalize, like I need a real job. This isn't real. And so, but doors kept opening. And so I kept chasing it, but I also was just wrestling with like, is this dream even something I can do? Like, does this even make sense? Like I've literally had people tell me it's like not something I should pursue, because like you're not going to be able to, live a normal life. Which, I mean, if you meet me, I'm anything but normal, so it's fine. But I've had this dream, and I think the turning point where that song came to be was I had written a few songs up to that. I mean, a good amount of songs. And I was at a place where I was like, all right, I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm going to chase this. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm not going to give up. But I was still scared. I mean, that whole song I wrote from vulnerability of, okay, I want this, but I don't know how I'm going to get there at all. And so I was working at Chick-fil-A. I started working there in 2019. And it was honestly the best first job for my music, because also, random little side thing, a lot of my stage presence, I will say, comes from the like bubbly Chick-fil-A-ness that I got to practice all the time. So genuinely, I can say that. So yes. So I worked at Chick-fil-A, and then the pandemic happened, and everything kind of fell apart. It felt like, especially as a musician, it's like, what's the future of music gonna be like? Like, is this dream even possible for myself ever? Like, I just didn't know. And so that song came out of vulnerability of, yeah, wondering if this was even possible, but at the same time, this resolve of, I'm gonna make it happen. I don't care how long it takes or what it's gonna look like, but I'm never gonna give it up. And I'm glad I haven't. And even now is just evidence of, just continuing. It's all just about the next step. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. It's just the next step. And, from that, like, it was just, I continued to work at Chick-fil-A, and I graduated college, and eventually I'm doing all the things I'm doing now. I don't work there anymore, but very near and dear. I feel like I talk a lot about Chick-fil-A for like actually never having eaten the chicken. I'm allergic. So I actually.
Really? Oh yeah!
Oh my
right.
God!
Yes.
But you have eaten Chick-fil-A sauce, right?
I've tried it. It's pretty good, but I haven't had it more than like twice. But yeah, so Make Believe came from that really vulnerable place, and then I even actually found one of my so I also was in a really heavy spot because my ex at the time, my boyfriend at the time, had broken up with me in May of 2020. And it was something where I was also just kind of in this really vulnerable place of like, all right, this is what I have that I'm going to just keep chasing. And I looked back and I found, I don't know how I had it still, but I had this old screenshot of a conversation with him kind of near the end of our relationship, but like before I thought anything was going to fall apart. But I was just saying like how badly I wanted to become a musician, and I had all these dreams. And I just kept saying, but I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. And he just said, you can make it happen. It's not about if, it's just a matter of just doing it. And he said, you can make it happen. So the whole phrase, I didn't even realize it, but he actually gave me the whole make it happen phrase that I put into the song. Wow. So it's the guy that I wrote the field song and stuff about. So yeah.
That is incredible.
Mind blowing.
I get so giddy every time. Like I know a lot of these like backstories, and I get so giddy every single time that you share it with us, Ashley, and it's just so awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous because he's I'm so lost, but I will be there. I will be caught up to speed. Don't worry.
Yeah, he hears a lot of like on breaks and stuff. I'm like, dude, okay, so we have to ask her this, and if you listen to this, it's that, and then it's so funny, and yeah. I just all over
overload.
Yeah, overload.
But that's so cool. Like the fact that you were still scared, and I mean, you have talent for sure. I mean, there's nothing hiding it. And the fact that you were like, you weren't even musically inclined is what you said?
Right? No, my sister played violin and piano, and I sang in church and like in choirs, but I didn't touch an instrument, or at least like I didn't do it and was able to even play through a song or anything. Like I could, pick out middle C on a piano, but that was about it until like high school.
Wow. And you've learned, how many years have you been playing guitar now?
So now you're making me do math. I think it's been about 8 years now, because I bought my first guitar in like June of 2016. So it'll be coming up on 8 years.
That's incredible right there. That is amazing. And I want to also ask, so when you picked up the guitar, when was this moment that you realized like, okay, this is what I'm going to do?
It feels kind of crazy to describe it, but honestly, like the first day that I bought that guitar, I took it back home, and I remember it's actually just outside of this room, there's like a little guest room that used to be like my sister and my like baby room. I remember I sat on this little twin bed in there, and I just held that guitar, and I tried to play a G chord, and it didn't sound great, but I strummed that chord for the first time, and I kid you not, I can never properly describe what this felt like, but that first time I strummed a chord, I literally felt like I had this energy or this fire in me that just was like, you are never going to put this down. And I don't really know how to describe it, but I will say I've continued to like experience that energy and that fire in many different instances. Like Moi Moi, honestly, that concert that you came to, those are those moments where I feel that. And I know like something is pushing me to continue to do this. And that was the first instance ever that I had that happen. And I practiced for hours since then.
Wow.
And yeah, like that's where it started. And it was, and that's why like it felt so weird for so long, as I was like, all I'm chasing is this feeling I had when I first started. But I'm, and I definitely I feel like it's just the Holy Spirit guiding me ultimately. But at the time I was just like, okay, I'm just going to do this. We'll see what happens. It doesn't sound great right now, but with enough practice.
And we're really happy that you're still going. So
Oh yeah,
it's awesome.
Absolutely. And so I got okay, because I want to ask you. You mentioned those Legos behind you.
Yeah.
What's up with like all of those Legos?
Ed Sheeran's
yes,
there too.
you see all of those Legos.
So many. Yes, Ed Sheeran. I think there's like my little.
That's why I wore this. That's why I wore this Ed Hardy shirt, because it has Ed in it.
I love it. Okay, so the question was, what's up with the Legos?
Yes.
Y'all.
Okay, well, I feel like I kind of explained a little bit that I thought I was gonna be like an architect, but the thing was, like, growing up, I'd have a few Lego sets here and there, and my favorite Legos of all time were like these creator sets that you could make 3 different houses out of the same bricks. I loved houses, and so like I collected Legos over time just because I just loved building. I mean, there wasn't really any rhyme or reason to it. I just really enjoyed it. And like I literally learned how to save money by like these modulars. I would like save up every single penny I could find and every dollar I could make from doing chores, and I would like buy one of these the year that they came out. And these are all of them. I've run out of space, so I don't have any more. But I love them. I don't know why. I think the building, the reason I like these particularly because I've grown into like such a architecture nut. But then it's kind of cool though, because even though that being a career path was kind of, the door was shut on that, even songwriting is like building Legos in some interesting ways. Like you're putting these melodies together, you're putting things together like brick by brick. And even like I've literally in MIDI composed a melody or two, and it's like it's so cool to just see.
Wow.
It genuinely, like, I almost feel like building Legos has prepared me as a songwriter.
Wow.
That's a shout out to Legos right there. Just a fun fact. A fun fact right now. Do you know that Ed Sheeran actually builds Legos while he's making his lyrics?
Okay, I didn't know, like, I don't know how do you songwrite and build Legos? I have to do one or the other, but cool.
It's because I think what he says is that when he's like, he gets so distracted that when he's building the Legos, it actually keeps him focused. So it's
Whoa.
yeah, it's weird. Just give him they literally like just give him a Lego set.
I love that. Writes his next hit building like some gigantic. That'd be awesome.
So maybe you have that somewhere in you.
Maybe. I will say I'm working on the Rivendell set right now. I don't know, Moi Moi, I don't know if you were there for whenever all that all went down, but
Yeah. I showed up a little bit after, a little bit late, but yeah, I was a part of from before. Yeah.
Well, I guess just for anyone who's like, what did she just talk about? So within this whole community that Moi Moi is a part of, they decided to prank me on April Fool's Day, and I have never been so thoroughly pranked in the best way. But I was sent in my P.O. box a bag that had every single Lego brick was in an individual plastic bag. And so I opened it in my live, and like all the bricks like start like flying out of this bag. Like it's just so many, it just starts exploding because it was just, and it ended up being the instructions to a mini version of the Rivendell set, which is the set I've always wanted. I mean, I'm also a big Lord of the Rings nut. I've got the Fellowship literally above my bed. Um, so they gave me this mini version of it, which I thought was so cool. And then my mom comes in with this giant box, and she was like, "Oh, I got this gift from one of your fans." And she opens it, and it's the Rivendell set, and I'm like, "Oh, good, that's amazing!" But I was also like, I really was like hoping for that. And then they ended up saying that they were scheming, and it was actually for me, and so that I have, and it's actually literally sitting like right here because I'm working on it.
Wow.
I like literally because of you guys have like this amazing Lego set.
Oh, and I love how like the autumn leaves have blossomed into this awesome thing. Like I believe I told you this in person, and I've also mentioned in the lives before. Like I still recall when myself and then King Julian, whom we know as Tim on TikTok, he was the first person that I ever like talked to in the chat. And he and I were just like, Ashley Autumn, we should make like some bowling shirts with some autumn leaves, or like some autumns, and like scheming for like merch and stuff. And it was just like just for funsies. And now it's grown into these autumn leaves who we call ourselves the leaf pile.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
the bigger, the crunchier, the better. You know.
Yes.
That should be on a shirt for sure.
And so before we, I guess what I'm trying to go to is like with the leaf pile, what was amazing, you mentioned the show that I went to go see you at a couple weeks back, 2 weeks I think, in Lexington, Kentucky. And it was just amazing that like not only is this like we are your fans, but I feel like you all have become like friends and family. And it was beautiful to experience that at the show. It was amazing. And can you describe to us just real quick about how it was in your most recent show to be able to see so many of the people that you usually see on screen in person?
That's crazy.
At your show.
It's life-changing. I will say I've only had that happen. I mean, I've only really had 2 solo gigs this year up to this point. And like for both of them, I've gotten to meet people from TikTok, and it is genuinely like, and I feel like people say, oh, things change your life, but it genuinely has changed my life because now like I'm seeing the lives that I'm impacting. I'm seeing the people that are, and just a few, like think about all of the people that, you know, whether they found my music or whether they'll find it one day, who will be able to be encouraged or be able to laugh or smile or go through some really hard things, but have something to help pull them through. And the stories that I've heard, like I am blown away, and I feel more convicted than ever that I want to continue to do this. And it's honestly it's not for me, it's for you all. Like, and that's something where when I was there, like, yes, I enjoy music for the sake of the craft, but ultimately I do it for people. And being able to have those moments and sharing that with you all was like, it literally, like my brain was like, cannot compute. This is like a dream. I literally feel like I'm in a movie. Like this is unreal. I love all of you all, and I'm just, you know, I hope to meet more and more people who might have stories of impact from my music, and I'm going to keep making music in hopes to, you know, be able to help whoever needs it.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Wow.
We love that. And we're running a little bit short on time. We're almost at the tail end of this, but I wanted to ask, could you describe to people who may not know, what are some upcoming projects that you have? I heard talk of a music video even.
Ooh. Heck yeah.
Yes. Well, I don't know when this podcast will be coming out, but until the middle of May, I am crowdfunding for a music video that I'm doing for Make Believe. Make Believe is a song that that'll come out, I'm hoping in January, Lord willing. And I'm going to be filming part of it in Yosemite National Park. And so that's what the crowdfunding is to be able to fund that trip. And I'll also be filming some of it at the Lexington Opera House here in Kentucky, as well as just in downtown. And I'm also I'm currently signed to a development deal in Nashville that I am working on 2 songs with them currently. called Price You Pay, and then Memories We Never Had. And so those will also get released. I don't know when, but they're definitely like pretty far in the process too. So, and then I'm working on like one or hopefully two more songs with another producer friend. So I have music in the works potentially for like an EP or something. I can't guarantee when it'll all come out, but I'm hoping that it'll really make waves once I really start getting into releasing music.
Oh,
That's awesome. That sounds like a really busy schedule, though. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I've got a full-time job on top of it, so
my
it's like
gosh.
I've got two full-time jobs. And well, I guess a little thing, because you were saying Moi about like you and Tim at the beginning talking about bowling shirts. Not gonna lie, you genuinely are one of the reasons why I like started making merch, because like you were one of the first people to want merch, and I was like, people want merch. And so, and now you're like wearing it, and I'm just like, oh, this is awesome. Sorry, it's not a bowling shirt, but I picked like I have those same sweatshirts for my like day job, and I was like, I have to make something out of this too. So I hope you enjoy the very cozy sweatshirt. And yes, you were part of the inspiration for me launching my first line of merch.
You know, I really meant it when I threw it in the chat. I was like, you make merch, take my money. And then I remember, like
Here's
for
my
real.
money.
And then I remember jokingly saying, this must have been in like October, November, where I was kind of like semi-jokingly, but also very hopeful, and saying like, I want to go out there and I want to see you perform on a stage, and I was saying then that I will, and it came true. It came
He's
true.
crazy.
Like
I was not expecting it. That was so far. Thank you. I was also just like, I feel like it was just like, I thought it would be like a 1-day thing, because I'd have to go on tour and like come to Nebraska.
Yeah, it was like a 14-hour drive. 14-hour drive, 100% worth it. 100%. And so, yeah, it's just the energy, that show, forever a core memory in my heart.
Aw.
So, yeah.
And you said after this you're going where?
I'm flying to Boston. I'm getting up at 2 a.m. for a 6 a.m. flight, and I'll be up in Boston, and then I will be in New York City for 2 days too. So
If anyone wants to go, guys, you heard it. She is literally booked, but you guys should go. Go.
And actually, now that you're throwing that out there, Ashley, where can people find like where your performances will be at? More about you as well.
yes. No, I would say my main source of all information you could want is on my website, aisleyautumn.com. So AISLEYAUTUMN. And then on there, I have a newsletter I send out once a month, and I give all of the details and fun pictures and all the things about what's going on. So feel free to sign up for my newsletter. I have a whole page. All of my public gigs are always posted there. So it's pretty full right now, which I'm really excited about. So if you see a date on there that you want to come to, I would love to meet you. And then I also have my social media. It's all just at Aisley Autumn. So, you know, I've got YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I'm on Facebook too. I don't use it as much. I probably should. But I'd say like I'm most active on TikTok and Instagram.
And I kind of stalked you a little bit. So you graduated for what?
I graduated with a marketing degree.
Hey, that's why she's so good at it.
It is very helpful. It was the best decision I ever made.
I was like,
will
this
say.
is genius. I mean, I saw it. I'm like, graduated in marketing with vocal something. I don't remember, but vocal performance. And I was like, a genius.
Wow. That is incredible.
Shout outs.
And like, yeah. And Ashley, before we end this, do you have any sort of like shout outs to anybody, whomever? This is your time to shine.
I would say huge shout out to my parents, Mama and Papa Leaf, as we love to call them in my lives. Just the way that they've supported me from the beginning is the reason I am doing this the way that I'm doing it. I couldn't do it without them. And my sister too, like just a fellow dream chaser, and we're both chasing our dreams really hard. Like my family, I could not be doing this without them. And I would say also literally the biggest thank you and I love you to all of my autumn leaves, and anyone who's just now finding me. Welcome to the leaf pile. You're officially a part of it. I am just so grateful. You all are the reason that I am and will ever be able to do what I'm doing with music. and it's like changing my life, and I hope to change yours and inspire you as I'm chasing my dream, literally from this bedroom to whatever stages I play one day. I hope to inspire you, whatever that dream is. Don't ever give up, because I'm not. You shouldn't either. So that's definitely, I feel like, and also just a big thank you to God, because I couldn't do any of this at
I
all
love that. I
without
love that.
him.
You want to do the outro? Because I'm like teary.
No, he's emotional. Aw.
That's just my feelings.
I get it. But yeah, that was Ron Sutter with Ashley Autumn. We were so happy to. I mean, I wish we had more time. I know you're so busy, and we're just so grateful that you even made time for us. I was like. He was asking, like, who can we get? And I'm like, hey, can you get Ashley Autumn? I literally requested you because I'm like, I need to meet her. So it's been planned for a while. And I'm like, she's got to be the next one, because obviously I hear so many good things and I want to experience it. So I love that we're able to share this moment with you. And I hope this isn't the last time we see you. And hopefully we can keep doing it. And Moy, what do you want to say?
Oh,
he's totally spaced out.
Sorry. No. I'm just like, just reliving the concert moments in my head. But I just want to say thank you for what you do, Ashley. And thank you for not only being such an awesome person, an amazing artist, but you become a wonderful, wonderful, awesome friend. And I'm grateful for, like he said, for this time slot that you've allowed us, and to kind of, poke your brain a little bit and get to know you a little bit more. Truly appreciative. And for everybody out there, thank you guys for staying this long. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out Ashley Autumn. And as always, keep it raw. Hey. Hey guys, if you made it this far into the video, first and foremost, thank you so much. Huge shout out to Ashley Autumn for her time and being an awesome guest. And we just wanted to make sure, if you love her, check her out. More than anything, she's got a campaign going with some really awesome exclusive perks in tiers that you'll want to check out. And we will have that linked in our
bio
in the bio of this video. And so give it a look. There's some really awesome things that if you want like some exclusive, like more exclusive than this, she's got a merch store that you gotta check out. I love this. This is hella comfy. I'm not being paid to say this. I absolutely love it. But there's some exclusive little perks that you can get on there. Check out the link below. And also while you're there, check out her newsletter, check out her like merch, check out her upcoming shows, check out her
music. I mean,
100%.
If you guys watch this video, I mean, and you haven't heard her music, definitely check it out. And also, she has a TikTok, Instagram, everything, but mainly TikTok is where you'll be able to communicate with her, and she will give you a shout out. Literally, she will. Bro. Even if she doesn't know you, she will love the fact that you're there. So
I absolutely love her energy, her enthusiasm.
My God. Yes,
everything about her is
I can't
awesome.
Say how grateful I am right now for how inspiring that interview was.
Absolutely.
Because that was so great. So please support look at her page and see where she's doing her shows, and we definitely recommend that you go check it out for sure.
Oh yeah,
this guy drove 14 hours to go see her, and it was worth it. So
100%.
If that doesn't say anything, I don't know what does.
Yeah, absolutely. So for the second time ever, keep it raw.
Hey.
So stop and breathe for a moment and just be